This may cause us. Kasama natin ang ating former Secretary ng National Economic and Development Authority o NEDA, Professor Emeritus ng UP School of Economics, isang ekonomista at kabaro din natin, si Professor Solita Winnie Monsod joining us on the line. Professor Winnie, magandang morning po. Maring Winnie, nakilala ng lahat. Good morning po, Peter at Rika sa programang Balitapatan.
Good morning, Mali. Good Rika.
Good
morning, Peter.
Good morning,
Good morning
Professor.
Good morning sa inyong lahat.
Ayan.
Mga kapuso.
Oo.
Okay.
At kapamilya. Sinigit din.
Ay, sorry.
Okay lang po yan. Magkakasama po tayo.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. That's what a crisis
You're
does.
supposed to your kapamilya also, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Oo naman.
Unity is the key word here.
Yes, especially in the time of
Sorry,
crisis,
Peter.
di ba? No. The prof, that's okay. You were once a kapamilya also.
And always sa kapamilya.
Yeah.
Oo.
And kami naman po, it's showtime. Di pa rin, nasa ano din yan, nasa Kapuso Network din yan eh. Professor, so, ito yung effect ng ano po ng the oil shock, sabi nga nila, the crisis situation. Sometimes medyo, we're just confused as to how do we proceed from here, di ba? Number one, medyo bumaba na po yung Brent crude ng mga $17 yata. So that's good news. In the meantime, we're faced with napakataas na presyo. Pero Professor, this is not our first rodeo, no? We've had the 1973 oil crisis, 79 oil crisis, 1990 oil price shock.
Yeah.
No po.
So we know. So we know what the effects are on the economy.
Exactly. Yeah.
We know that prices of anything, oil, products related to oil, electricity, etc., are going to go up. The question is, how long will they stay up?
Yep.
And that is not something we can think about, but the problem is exacerbated by the fact that one of the protagonists in this war
Prof?
he does not,
medyo nawawala po kayo, Professor. If you can just move a few feet away. Opo.
Oo.
Ayan.
Sabi ko,
Opo, go ahead.
ang problema ngayon, different from the other oil price shock, is one of the protagonists, one of the people involved, the President of the United States, is not, I don't think he's in his right mind.
Ay, aray ko po.
Hindi ba?
Opo.
Hindi, he foisted this war with Netanyahu on Iran. Sila ang sneak attackers eh. Sila ang kagaya ng Japanese nung Pearl Harbor eh. Hindi ba? The Japanese attacked the United States in Pearl Harbor in 1941 or something like that. And this time it's the Americans.
Yes
Sneak
po.
attackers. So that's the problem. So we don't know what he's going to do. Indeed, we're not sure.
Yes.
Some people have said that he has lost. Kasi, I'm matanda. He is younger than me, but I think I have not lost my marbles yet. I think this guy has lost his marbles. In other words, he is not rational. So we have no idea what is going to happen. Like before, we had some idea, but now we don't have any idea. That's one of the exacerbating problems. Okay.
Well, after what happened, after what he did to Venezuela, yan ang resulta, di ba? Medyo.
He just moves from one thing to the other, and that's very hard for the planners. This war is not sympathized with by his allies.
Mm-hmm.
France, Germany, etc. They don't think that this is correct what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So ayan, problema yan.
Okay.
And we have nothing to do with that.
Yes.
We have, so we cannot. Our planning is is kind of difficult. Now, however, what is very bad for us now is we do not know whether this war is going to lead to whatever China is going to do. Because the China has seen the United States, China has seen the United States go to war against, completely unscheduled. So
Right.
China can probably say, we can go to war against the Philippines or we can go to war against Taiwan, completely unscheduled. And we have a reason, we have a justification for it. Why the United States did that to Iran? Why can't we do that to the Philippines?
Aray ko.
Naku,
Sana wag naman po ano po.
Ang nakakatakot.
Habang busy yung Estados Unidos sa Iran, ano po. Pero Prof, merong report kanina po na napanood ako sa isang foreign network at binanggit po na in this crisis situation, the most vulnerable in ASEAN are actually the Philippines and Thailand. So let's focus.
Taiwan. Why Thailand? I don't see why Thailand.
Sabi nila, Philippines and Thailand are the most vulnerable. Ngayon, dito po sa
Thailand is,
dito po sa Pilipinas, ma'am, anong magiging epekto nito? Wala naman tayo talagang wherewithal, no, to say na beyond 90 days meron pa rin tayong stock kung ganito pa rin ang mangyayari. But the problem is this will spawn inflation, sabi nila. So
of course.
Yes. So ibig bang sabihin po nito tataas na naman, among other things, tataas na naman yung interest rate na ilang beses nang ibinaba ng Bangko Sentral?
Well, pag tinaas ng interest rate ang Bangko Sentral, may problema yan. If they change interest rates, investments are going to go down. And there will be, again, another round of price increases.
Yeah. But, yeah.
This whole thing, this whole war, the effect of wars really is inflation because there is always going to be shortages. Hindi ba? Pag may shortages yung supply, siyempre tataas ang presyo. That's simple economics. Any shortage is going to increase the price of goods. No question about it. So what are we going to do about it?
Yan.
Naririnig ko yung mga to suspend VAT. Naku, ang ganda lang pakinggan, to suspend or to eliminate VAT for the interim. No, so the question is, that's great. There will be less price the people will have to pay, right? All right. What is the cost of that? Wala ng revenue ang government.
Opo.
So they will have, so if they want to maintain their expenditures, they will have to borrow. Our debt to GDP ratio will go up. When the debt to GDP ratio goes up, namang problema na naman ang Pilipinas. We might collapse. You know what I mean?
Yes, po.
So you have to look at these things very, very carefully. Ang gandang pakinggan kasi eliminate VAT, eliminate the excise tax on oil. But if you eliminate the excise tax on oil, the price of oil remains low. The price of oil will go down. On the other hand, isn't the shortage supposed to ration the goods among the people? In other words, when the price is high, it signals something to the people. You try not to use so much of it. You try to substitute something else for it. Hindi ba? But if the price remains low because you have removed the taxes, the people will continue.
Opo. But Professor, when you look at
that will merely exacerbate what happens in the future.
But what can
Diba?
What can the government do about it now? Kasi po, hindi pa naman nila ina-approve ang emergency powers for the president na isuspend muna yung excise tax. Hindi naman
But,
pinag-uusapan tanggalin ng VAT. The fastest way.
Well, I have heard that, mga suggestions. I just hope that before the president exercises emergency powers, he consults. Mabuti naman, he's not like that. He will consult with and he will find out what the costs and the benefits are. Because that's the only way you can make a decision. You have to find out what are the costs of this decision and what are the benefits. Hindi lang benefits. Hindi ba? Ayun lang ang ina-urge ko sa kanila. Si Trump hindi ganyan eh. Trump is really the joker in this situation.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing. I feel so bad for the people of the world and the people of the Philippines that we have a U.S. guy who is led by somebody who is not using his people properly.
Yeah, pero Prof,
Or the
sabi
people
ni
he
Trump,
uses are people,
sabi po ni Trump a few hours ago, the war in Iran is pretty much over. Tatawa si Professor Winnie.
Well, I hope so. But he has always, he tells more lies. I am not saying, hindi ko sinasabi this is a personal attack. But this is verified by facts. When they check on his facts, his facts are always wrong. He actually tells lies. Diyos ko.
Yeah.
So Consuelo de Bobo ko, at least we don't have that much lies in the Philippines.
But right now, Prof, may nakikita ka po ba na possible long-term move na maaring gawin ng gobyerno natin, knowing na hindi nga natin alam kung this war might extend for a longer period?
Well, unfortunately, we are not, the government is not in any position to have, its stock of oil is at 60 to 90 days.
Yeah.
We don't have the wherewithal. We don't have the money to the resources to fix that. We don't have the resources.
Yeah.
We are in a corruption scandal that has wasted the resources of the government. And so the government is not in any strong position. I'm telling you this truthfully. The government is not in any strong position to do anything at this point unless it borrows money.
Yeah.
But nobody is going to be lending money at this point because everybody is waiting and seeing what happens to that war.
Yeah.
And the United States is not its usual ally. And the United States is not going to be in any position to lend money or to give aid because the United States president has canceled AID.
Aha.
Di ba?
Yeah, opo. Pero Prof, sabi ng gobyerno, unang-una, ang kanilang mga claim, and I think to be fair to the government, tama naman yung sinasabi nila na, up to that point, bago inatake yung Iran, our inflation rate is controlled, no?
Because we have not felt it yet.
Yeah, okay. Yung debt to GDP, which you mentioned earlier, ma'am, debt to GDP is at a healthy rate. So in other words, ito yung tanong naman, ito yung balik po, Professor Winnie, no? So ngayon, may krisis tayo, lahat yung magtitipid. Hindi ho ba? So you will try to spend a lot less, tipid not only sa gasolina, sa crudo.
Exactly.
Tipid. Yan. What will result from our pagtitipid? What will happen to the economy?
Well, obviously, I think very, very definitely our growth is going to slow down. Very definitely. All right? To the extent that workers in the Middle East are repatriated and they have not working anymore, etc., there is going to be less inflow of dollars from abroad. Our gross national income is going to go down. That means the people in the Philippines who are benefiting from these remittances are not going to be able to spend, not because they want to make tipid, but because they have to make tipid.
Yes.
And when they do not spend, aggregate demand goes down. And when, in a demand and supply situation, when demand decreases,
So, what can the government do? Kailangan po ba kagaya no na work for pay or yung infrastructure, kailangan labasan natin ng perang infrastructure para
kukunin ang pera kung aalisin natin ang excise taxes ng oil. Saan natin kukuha? Please. That means I said government will have to borrow.
Yeah.
Good luck for this government to borrow. It will have to borrow. It will have to increase the deficit, and that will affect the economy.
Hindi po ba natin pwede kunin dun sa ilang mga tawag dito? Pondo na meron tayo ngayon, like contingency funds that we can use for the meantime? Kahit pang
yung mga
alwan lang for a few, confidential funds, ganyan po.
Oh, sige. That sounds very good to me. Why doesn't the government?
Yeah.
The first thing they do is reduce the expenditures on this very shady items na hindi naman directly affecting the people. The confidential fund, sure, I don't know how much that is, 2 billion, 5 billion, whatever it is. That should be a principle that the government should apply.
Yes.
When reducing taxes or reducing expenditures. You reduce the most unnecessary expenditures, and that confidential fund is an unnecessary expenditure. Those unprogrammed appropriations are unnecessary expenditures. Tingnan natin kung gagawin niya ng gobyerno.
One final thought, Professor Winnie. One final thought on this terrible crisis that we're facing now. Ang South Korea naglagay na ng cap sa presyo ng kanilang petrolyo. Is that something that we can do also?
No.
Why not?
Well, you put a cap on the price of oil.
Yeah.
All right. What will that do? That will create more shortages because the suppliers will say, we cannot. Halimbawa, sabihin na, the price cannot go up. Sino ang babayad ng the difference between that price and what the price should be? Sino ang magbabayad doon?
Naku, tayo na naman consumer.
You cannot set a price. That's like President Marcos setting a price ceiling on rice. Hindi ba?
Yeah.
It was, there were so many circumventions, there were so many this, that, and the other. And it did not affect, it did not solve the problem. You can set a price of cap on oil, say, for example, 5 weeks. If you assume that it is going to, that the war is going to be over in 5 weeks, you can set a price on oil because that is temporary.
Yeah.
It is caused by, But if it's a permanent thing, that price of oil cap is going to do more damage than it will benefit the people.
Ayun. Opo,
That's all
Professor.
there is to it.
Yeah, so talaga sala sa init, sala sa lamig. Professor, maraming salamat. We really appreciate your spending some time with us, and thank you for very honest assessment of what we're going through right now. Salamat po,
Thank
Prof.
you po, Prof. Ay, nawala si Professor. Oo, si Professor.
Anong nangyari?
Hindi ko alam. Nawala si Professor Winnie